Good morning, gamers. Yes, good morning, good morning. It is another fantastic day here in the Surviving Bedrock series. Yes, so far we have survived Bedrock. Yes, awesome stuff. So, you may have seen behind me, I've got a lot of stuff done. I've been working on our storage area since we kind of needed it. I have the base layout for all of the automated nether storage here, but it is missing some stuff. Mainly, a whole bunch of hoppers to actually automate the system. But that's okay. We are going to work on that today. Yes, that is our game plan for today. Today's plans: build an iron farm. Now this will be done in two main parts. The first part, building the actual farm. The second part is the bane of my existence: moving villagers in to the farm. I hate moving villagers. I hate transporting villagers. I hate transporting mobs of any kind, but it is kind of a requirement for this whole thing. But before we get into that, let's take a look at what's gone on around us, shall we? So as you see, a lot of new storage has come in. I got all the valuables over here. I do have ancient debris in with diamonds because I honestly don't expect to fill a double chest of diamonds. That would be awesome though. Then down here, we've got it looking really good. I got a bunch of barrels over here designed to hold armor. And then over here will be bows, swords, pickaxes, axes, and then shovels and hoes. Yes, we're gonna have a lot of stuff over here. I've got it looking really nice, and I have outlined an entrance I want to put to my mine shaft, which I have been mining a lot lately because I needed iron to make the iron farm. I did, if you noticed here in the background, the bamboo, I did find a jungle biome, which we will go explore that a little bit later. I have also been farming the end flower, what are these called? Chorus plants. I almost blanked for a second. Been farming chorus plants so I could make more purple blocks, because that's kind of an interesting block I'd like to use in the future. But you guys probably want to see how productive is that gold farm. That productive is how productive that gold farm is after a few minutes. Also, I have been able to get enough levels. I now have God boots with depth strider and everything on it, and the best axe that I would want. Added efficiency 4 to it. So it is wonderful. And after just a few minutes, I am sitting here getting experience left and right thanks to this thing. It is wonderful. Right now it looks like all of it's going to repairing the elytra. I've been flying around recently so I could find that jungle biome, but this thing is phenomenal. I still have not done the automated storage part of it yet, but this thing is a phenomenal farm. I'm going to use the looting sword so I can get more gold. I love this farm. This is probably my favorite farm that I've ever built. And in all fairness and transparency, I think it's the first mob farm I've actually successfully built. So I love this farm. It is wonderful. I love it, but we have to abandon it for today because we have plans. As said, we are going to build an iron farm. Yes, yes, yes. After just those few minutes, this is what I got. Somehow I got leather in there. I guess a cow, or I'll bet the wandering trader spawned up there. But yes, this farm is phenomenal. I have not been getting the gold swords that much lately. I'm kind of a little shocked at that. But I will work on the automated storage system of this as soon as we have the iron to do so. Right now, I'm just happy to have all the gold I could need, because I could use it to make the gold armor and trade with piglins, which that farm will be coming shortly. Okay, enough of me rambling on about how awesome the gold farm is. We have to get to making the iron farm. Now, I have been scouting out an area that is many, many blocks away from all possible villages, because I think the last time I made an iron farm, I accidentally made it way too close to another village, which I thought being 60 or 70 blocks away would do it. No, you have to be, if I recall correctly, at least 106 blocks from any village, from any beds, and from any other profession workstations. we have found an area. As you see, I've cleared it out. I have flattened it out a little bit. That way we can build this farm. Now, I will not take credit for this. I will give all credit to Prowl from the Silent Whisperer and Truly Bedrock series for this design. And I think he got it from a gentleman called OldGuy. This design, if done properly, is designed to give you about 400 iron ingots an hour. That is more than enough for me in my little single player world. It also does double as a trading hall for villagers. Now, the couple caveats, as said, it has to be at least 106 blocks away from any other village. I have made sure this thing is about 200 blocks away from any other village. There is a village way over there. You see it finally rendering in the distance. It is about 250 or more blocks away. There is no village over this direction. This direction is going straight to the ocean. There is a desert temple, but that's nothing I'm going to worry about. So no village over here. And then this direction is, again, straight ocean. So I'm not worried about this farm. I was honestly contemplating building it in the air above the water. And then the other village, which is way on the other side of our zombie pigman gold farm, is, again, at least 200 blocks away. So we should be perfectly fine to build everything we need right here. And I have put together, I think, most, hopefully all of the materials we will need for this farm. Obviously, a lot of building blocks. We will need lava so we can actually kill the iron golems and the cats that will be in here. So this will be a bonus poppy and string farm. Of course, hoppers and chests for our collection area. Some signs to stop the lava from going everywhere. Some water to lure and lead the golems into the kill chambers. And workstations. You need 20 workstations. I also need to go get 20 beds, which I will do here later. And then 20 villagers. Did I mention how much I hate moving villagers? I hate it. But we will do it. It will be a long, drawn-out task. Now, the downside is I cannot bring any bed over here for me to sleep the night away. I will be forced to running back and forth to my bed at the zombie pigman farm so I could sleep the nights away, which, with elytra and rockets, not a big deal. And this bed is at least 200 and some blocks away from our iron golem farm. So now that we have most of our stuff together, let's go ahead and get started building this farm. First thing I want to do is I definitely want to get the collection area set up. So we're going to do that with hoppers, chests, and the regular carpets to put on top. Now I want to find an area somewhat centrally on this platform. I'm okay with this area. I am going to set up 3 sets. I'm going to do a chest for the iron, a chest for the poppies, and a chest for the string. Just because I know they're going to have a lot of that stuff right there. So I'm going to go ahead and dig down a little bit. Basically, I'm copying over my design from the automated storage system that we did not too long ago. So it's the same thing. There we go. And actually, I'll do 2 sets. I'll do 1 chest for the iron and the other for the other 2 items that I don't really care to have that much of. There we go. And I will go get some more chests here in a little bit. But that starts that. And I do have a little bit of an overflow chest. I may end up I'm going to actually double this because I know this thing is going to produce an awful lot of iron and everything. Because I'm hoping I do it right. There we go. That should be enough chests there. And I could actually finish it up right here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hoppers. There we go. And 1, 2, and 3 hoppers into there. So we can kind of get our automated storage system going here. And I will definitely pretty this up a little bit later. As for right now, I just want the thing built. So now that we have this set up, we obviously know how we build the automated storage system. Let me build that real fast and I'll be right back. And here we are. Our little 3-tier automated storage system is all in place. And what we will do is we are going to actually mark out the area that will be used for killing the iron golems. Oh, I'm so glad to have scaffolding back. And that is going to be marked out by these 9 hoppers. And I'm going to place gray carpet over them, just so we could easily tell. Now, hoppers will collect items through carpet. So no worries there. And all of these 9 hoppers are actually feeding, if you look at the way they are fed, into this hopper, which goes into this one, and that starts the automated storage process. So real easy, real quick and dirty, no problem there. Now to actually build up our killing chamber. Our killing chamber needs to be right at 3 blocks tall. So let me go ahead and clear out some stuff here. There we are. So we're going to place a temporary block right there, and then we're going to surround this with glass. Now you could use any solid block you want. It really won't matter. I've always preferred to use glass just because I like being able to see what's going on in there. There we are. And this will need to be 3 blocks tall. Give me a second to get rid of all of these temporary blocks. There we go. 3 blocks tall. So 1, 2, 3. And then just fill this wall up all the way around. And we do this because iron golems are 3 blocks tall. And on the second block in here is where we're actually going to put 9 lava sources for killing the iron golems. Because iron golems are a pain to kill. Trident killers really wouldn't do the trick. Plus they need to be this wide anyways. But the lava, if you put it in the middle or on the top, you will actually be able to, the top of the iron golem will take all the damage, and the drop at the bottom will not burn up in lava, which is a really nice fact about all of this. We need our signs that will actually hold the lava in place. Signs, like trapdoors, do not catch fire. Don't ask me why. I didn't make the game. It's just something they do. And back up here with our scaffolding. Now we want to place our signs on the middle section. And you could place them just like this. Remember, you can't place them right here because there's already a sign in that block. And then on one of these, there is where you're going to have your lava set up there. Now, as a demonstration, I'm not going to place the lava permanently right now, but I will do a small demonstration just to show you that the signs will hold the lava up and will not catch fire. Boom, lava source right there. It's going to spread out. It's going to go to all 4 corners. I goofed. I did not place signs there or there. I've got 2 signs left in my inventory. No wonder. There we are. There we are. Now let's try that again. There we go. The lava will sit just like that. It will not hurt anything below it. Although now I do got to go replace those carpets. So that will be perfect right there. Now the reason I'm going to do a lava source in each of these 9 blocks is for the cats. Sometimes the cat will go through the small blade of lava, the flowing lava, and not die, not take enough damage to die. I want to make sure the cats are gone. I'm not really after the string, though that will be a bonus. I'm more after the fact that I still believe cats can actually deter iron golems spawning. Let me go get those carpets put back and then we'll finish building this up. And here we are, our carpet is replaced. So our kill chamber is done. And so is our automated storage. We're making good time here. Now we need to take any solid block, and that is where you're going to start your platform for the iron golems to actually be collected. So we're going to start right here on top of all of this glass. Now from here, all 4 directions, this is going to be a giant square, kind of like we did over there. And I was very thankful that Prowl, again, I'm going to link his video in the description and also a card up there sometime. Counting this block, you need to go out 7. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Then come up 1. And out 3 more, counting it. So 2, 3. That is what we are going to do on all 4 sides. Hey, future St. Isaac's here. Just wanted to talk with you guys during this quick time lapse. We'll be doing a few more of these throughout this video. This platform is really the easy thing to do. It just requires a whole bunch of blocks. And here is what it will look like when you are all said and done. Now what we have to do is fill this entire thing in. Hence why you have all of the bricks here. So I'm going to get to filling that in. I may time lapse this because this is going to take a little bit. This is a lot of block placing. And you'll see here later that I constantly ran out of stone brick and had to stop and go mining for more stone. because there is a lot of block placing here, and we've got to do a total of 2 of these platforms. Thankfully, the second one is really not as tall or as big as this one is, but still a lot of blocks. And the perimeter is done. Getting closer and closer, and I'm really excited for this farm. And at the end, you guys will see exactly why, because it really does produce an awful lot of iron. So really, we won't have any need for any other major resources aside from going to mine more ancient debris in the nether, which I think we'll take care of next week once we've completed farm week. And the top part is now done. Yay! As I wanted to take the rest of this week to discuss other farms, and our next farm will most likely be either a general purpose mob farm, because I am constantly running out of gunpowder for rockets, or the piglin trading bartering hall that I think I want to try to do. Silent Whisperer came up with a really neat way of doing the bartering hall, and kind of a bug in the game he was able to exploit. We don't know if it'll stay though. Half of the bottom platform is now built. But I am really excited to complete all these farms. And then after that, we might start on some more big builds or a little bit more exploration. I don't know. 3/4 of it is now built. I want you guys to kind of let me know in the comments, what do you want to see continuing in this series? Do you want to see more builds? Do you want to see more exploration? And we're back. I hope you guys enjoyed that time lapse. The bottom platform is now entirely built. Basically, we will have water streams that push the iron golems into our kill chamber where the lava will be waiting for them, and we will get all of the iron. Yes! Now, give me a moment. I am already realizing I did not bring near enough stone brick, so I'm going to go grab some, and I will be right back. And we're back. So, I have enough stone brick now, I think, to hopefully finish the next part. But now what we need to do is build a barrier, because we're getting ready to put the water part onto here. Give me a second here to get a block to actually go where it's supposed to. And here we go. It's just going to be 1 block tall, nothing major, and it's going to go around the entirety of our platform here. This border will be very, very helpful, and then we will end up lighting it up. And I was able to successfully, throughout the whole thing, not worry about any mobs spawning in here once the water was put in here. You may notice once you've got the top platform on, mobs may start spawning. There we are. The barrier is set. Now it is time to actually build up where we are going to put our water. Now remember, you never put water, you put it here, never here. Never on the blocks right next to this one. Remember that. Do not ever do that, otherwise your entire platform will be covered in water sources. You will have to place down hundreds of blocks to actually get it to go away, and then start all over with your water placement. No fun. Trust me, I've made that mistake more times than I probably had any right to do. Now I am real quickly, while I'm up here, going to make me some torches and kind of torch up our little border out here. That way nothing happens to spawn up here, because the last thing I want is anything to spawn up here. Plus, there are times, the last time I made this farm, I think it was the biome I was in, when I was up high, it kept freezing the water sources and I had to put torches everywhere to stop it from doing it. Now I think that might have just been because of where I was at in the world and the biome I was in. It was an extreme hill, so that would be more likely to freeze things over. But now, real quick before we do this, we are going to get some signs and place them here so water does not flow into here. So what we're going to do here, we're just going to place signs here, 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 and here. And then should only need to place 1. There we go. Now let's just be an extra cautious person and test it. Will the water flow down in there? Apparently it does in the middle. Oh, 1 more. There we are. Now no water can flow down in there. There we go. Because we don't want our water flowing down in there and actually turning everything into obsidian, or turning our lava down there into obsidian and cobblestone. That won't do much for destroying the golems. But now what we're going to do is we are going to work on placing our platform above this. We're going to have a small platform here in the middle that's just for beds, and the blocks there will be temporary, but then above it we will have one more water platform. But first, let's go ahead and work on the top platform. We're going to go up 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And then we're going to make a 5-block square. So 2, 3, 4, 5. Basically, it's lining up with the square down below. There we go. We have a perfect 5x5 square. We can take these blocks out. They're no good to us right now. Okay, now here, we kind of have to mimic what we did below. From a middle block, go out 8, counting this block. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Again, I did not come up with this design. I do not have the patience or the knowledge to deal with villager mechanics. All I know is trading with them. And if you trade with them and there's empty beds and workstations, they breed and make more villagers. This credit all goes to Prowl from the Surviving Bedrock series. He is a wonderful technical builder, phenomenal with the technical builds. So please check him out if you're looking more into how to do this kind of stuff. As I'm sorry to say, for now it will not be for me. But now we need to fill in this whole platform. Future St. Isaac's here once again. I wanted to talk with you folks. How are you doing? How are you handling COVID-19? Because I know I'm getting ready to finally go back to work for Verizon here on the 6th of July. I'm excited, but I am also saddened because that means the YouTube channel will have to take a little bit of a back seat. I may not be able to record or make the videos like I've really been enjoying doing. I've loved making this series and I will still continue to do it. It may just be in a little bit less frequent upload time. I will do what I can for you folks. And I hope the channel takes off a little bit better because right now it is a little bit light on subscribers. I do expect, being a new YouTube channel, to not always have the thousands of subscribers other channels do. And I'm out of stone brick again. Let me go get some more, guys, and I'll be right back. And we're back, and if this isn't enough stone brick to finish this up, I don't know what to say. But we're going to finish building this platform, then just like below, we need to build a border around it with those blocks up in the corners, just like so. So we're going to go ahead and get that done right now. There we go, and now just for added safety measures like I did last time, I am going to light this area up. That way nothing spawns up here. You can slab over this or put a bunch of leaves up here as I'd said before, but I prefer just using good old-fashioned torches, lighting it up, plus it'll help the area look, it'll be more visible. There we are. Now we are all done and dusted as far as this is concerned. Now, I believe we are going to work on the platforms that are outside on this side and this side for our villagers to go on. Give me 1 second to gather everything together. Okay, now to do this, again, we've had to make sure the villagers are placed very specifically. You can't place them at the wrong level. You can't place them any closer to a village. You have to place them just right. So put them at the bottom level. Place these blocks at the bottom level of this top platform, just like this. That's the bottom level of the platform. This is where you want to place these blocks. And then we're just going to run this all the way down that way, around the corner, and over that way. So it should be fairly easy to do. And now it's just a matter of running all of this down. There we are. Our villager platforms are all built up. Wonderful. We're nearing the end of the actual building part of it and getting to the part where we have to move villagers in. Again, not my favorite part, but it will be needed to get this done. Now before we get to that, we have to build up some little trading chambers for our villagers to go into. Starting from a corner, let's just build up 2 blocks on each side. This will be the starting of a villager trading chamber. Now every other block, build up a couple. Now if done right, there should be 10 trading chambers on each side. So let's count them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. There we go. If done right, you'll have 10 on each side. So let's do this side now. Count it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Plus 10 makes 20. Exactly enough for 20 villagers. Which, there we go. We have got this part done. Now, in order to help get things ready for villagers to move in, we are going to go ahead and close off the front parts a little bit. We're going to start with glass, though right here is where workstations will go. So that is something to keep in mind. But we're going to go ahead and block them off tall, and then we are going to end up with mine carts. What's going to happen is we are going to have a couple villagers a little ways away, so we could actually have some kind of a little villager makeshift breeder. This will not be one of those super efficient villager breeders you've seen done from other YouTubers, because I've never been able to understand how to do that. Taking them through the nether and everything has always been a pain for me. But this way we'll at least have everything ready for villagers to go into. And then we will be using mine carts to transfer them from an area that is several hundred blocks away, or at least 150 blocks away, over to here. But now that we have all of this built up, I'm going to go quickly get a sleep on. That way it'll turn day again, because I don't want the night to come. And then we will start on the really unfun part of bringing villagers over. Now while we are here, I am going to fill the back part of this up with solid blocks, mainly because you don't want the villagers to be able to get out. And then there will be something else we do to help with the idea of villagers staying linked to beds, because in new Minecraft mechanics, from what I'm understanding, a villager has to be able to link to a bed and not unlink, and then it has, of your villagers, at least 75% of them have to work in a given day. That is how iron golems spawn. Again, I don't take credit for finding or getting any of this information. I give all of this to Prowl and OldGuy, who came up with all of this, who figured all of this out to finally give us Bedrock players a good iron farm, because that is something we have been desperately needing for a very long time. There we are. Now our villagers will not be able to get in, so let's work on getting villagers in. Now we will be putting water in the bottom of each of these things, and I think I will go ahead and do that now. There we are, infinite water source. So at the very bottom, put water. And what this does is this will allow the villagers, when they're bobbing up and down in water, apparently, according to the Minecraft mechanics now, do not unlink from beds. I don't know if this is a bug, if it's something that will be patched in future. I really hope not, because this is going to take a lot of work getting all of these villagers over here. And both sides are now done with this. So we will go ahead and fill in our infinite water source here. Get rid of all of our little temporary blocks. And now I think we are ready for villagers to move in. Let me get a few things together and I'll be back. And welcome back. What seems like just a couple seconds for you guys has been a couple hours or more for me. I am about halfway done getting all of our villagers in here. Right now they are in here as babies, so they grow up away from beds with no professions. This guy I actually cured as a zombie villager and brought him up here. But the rest of these guys are unemployed, and that is it. These guys will grow up eventually. I am about halfway. That's 10, and I just got my first baby villager all the way down here at the end of this section. You can see him right here. But this has been tedious work. We have a long minecart track, This little village breeder box down here is a good 150 or plus blocks away from our actual farm, and that cart is going to go all the way there, no worries. But here we are. We've got some babies roaming around because they did happen to get away. My villager breeder kind of got away from me. But basically, I put the babies in a minecart and shift them off to the iron farm as soon as they pay attention to me. Sometimes the baby villagers don't listen. Anyone with kids will tell you sometimes babies and kids just don't listen all that great. Come on, buddy, you need to go that way. You want to go to my iron farm. You want to help me get lots and lots of iron. Come on. There. I'm going to row you over here then. Okay, let's get him down here. Here we are. There. Go into the minecart. Or the minecart will go into you. There we go. I don't care one way or the other as long as you get up here. You see why this is a little bit of a tedious task. There we are, and our little one should be... There he is. He's coming up. He's making his rounds. He's going into his little area. Wonderful. And he's already in there. Great. Didn't need to do anything. And then you just simply don't punch the baby. Break the minecart. And I wait for them to grow up to make sure they are not a cleric, because for this farm, clerics would not do well. You need non-clerics, and you also really don't want to have the farmer, librarian, and I want to say it's the shepherd or Fletcher. Basically, the villagers that run away like crazy when it rains. You do not want those villagers. We make sure our minecart's pointed in the right direction. We check the rest of our babies to make sure they are, if they're grown up, I can put them in water. So far, no one else up here has grown up. There we go. Okay. And back at it. So everyone, I'm going to go ahead and finish this up, and then when I get all my villagers up there, I will come back with you and go over what we have to do to get the rest of the villagers taken care of and the rest of the farm taken care of. And after hours of getting villagers moved up here and then getting rid of nitwits and ones that wouldn't work, we finally have all 20 villagers up here. The only one that is technically employed is this guy, but he'll change that as soon as we give him a new workstation. But all of these are simple unemployed villagers. Now all we have to do is build a little platform for their beds to go on. So let's take a look. Remember, we need exactly 20 beds, and that goes on a little platform that's kind of temporary right down here. You build it 3 blocks high, then you surround the opening here. Now remember, these blocks are temporary. They are not staying here. We can go ahead and get rid of these 2. And then you go around one more time. Very, very easy. So now all we got to do is place 20 beds there, and all of those villagers up top should link to these beds. Now, putting all of the villagers in water is very important, because according to Prowl and OldGuy, when a villager is in water, they do not unlink from their beds, so you definitely want to make sure your villagers are in water. Now I have 21 beds here, 20 black beds, so that should be enough to get everything taken care of, and this should be enough to get the job done. Oh, almost forgot. The first bed you place needs to be on the center block here. Make sure someone links to it. Yep, someone linked to it. Yes, good. It's kind of hard to see the particles. But as long as that is placed first, that represents the center of your village. And then the rest of these, yeah, you kind of faintly see the particles up there. There we go. All 20 beds placed perfectly. We can go ahead and get rid of all of our temporary blocks here. Just remember to place one bed center first. I almost forgot about that because I've been at this all day. I'm getting a little tired. Already getting cats. That's a good sign. Now that we have all of that up there, we have 3 steps left. Install water, install lava, and then install workstations. So we are going to go ahead and do lava first. Remember why I said we wanted to do all 9 buckets individually sourced. That way, when cats do fall down in there, they're gone right away. They have no chance of surviving. Last 2. 1, 2. That should do the trick right there. There we are. Look at that wonderful lava right there. Going to take care of all of these annoying cats here soon. Now to install the water. And we're doing the water the same way we did at the gold farm. We just put them on the corner pieces right here. We're going to do all 4 corners first. And this will wash everything towards the center. And then we will do the same thing on the top layer. Remember, do not place water right there. Go 1 block over. And apparently, because this is such a short distance from here to here, the water only flows straight that way. So it does not want to actually combine and form infinite water sources up here, which that's kind of a bummer. But nonetheless, for the benefit we're going to get from this farm, I'm not going to complain too bad. There is 1 side done. And if we tried to take one here, it just leaves an empty spot there, which is kind of weird. This might be a little bug from Bedrock. It happens. We kind of have a lot of bugs here on Bedrock. Once we get all the water put up here, all these mobs will stop spawning. And as always, the wandering trader shows up. He must be wondering what we're doing. Well, he doesn't sell iron, so I can't do anything for him. Gosh, having depth strider on these boots sure made it real easy to do this. Almost. Home stretch. Careful not to place water on the wrong block. There we are. Bottom platform is done. Everything leads perfectly towards that center. We are doing just fine here. Now it is just a matter of doing the top platform. Lots of kitty cats up here. They are about to go away. Water source in each corner, just as before. There we go. This works a lot better. Don't have to go back individually like I did down below. The only thing is up here I've got to constantly listen to a bunch of villagers. There we are. All of our water perfectly placed. We are good to go here. I'm going to light up top here just a little bit more because I think I ended up taking a bunch of the lighting away. There we go. Now no new cats or anything should spawn. Okay, home stretch, everybody. Now all we have to do is set the village profession blocks here. Now remember, the composter, barrel, and lectern. Those are professions that for whatever reason in Minecraft do not work when it rains. So for iron golems to spawn, your villagers need to work. Those would slow down your rates. So we are going to use the smithing table, the blast furnace, and the grindstone. And they need to have access to them. Common sense would say all you do is place it right in front of the villager and it will work. No, that is not correct. Just because you place it, the villager does not grab the profession block that's closest to them. So we place a block down, and it looks like this guy down here may have been the one that did it, right here. So now what we do is we have to break that block and come back to this guy. Who was it? It was this guy right here. He is our first lucky villager. Now, we break the glass block in front of him, place it there, he gets to work. And all you do is rinse, wash, and repeat, doing this all over again for all 20 villagers. Should be a pretty simple task. Maybe a little tedious, but nothing too bad. Right here, this guy. There we are. He's happy. He gets to work. I never saw where this one went. Oh, looks like it went right here. There we are. Second guy right here. You already hear the tink, tink, tink of villagers working. Ah, There we go. He is happy. He gets to work. Yes. Way down there at the end down here. Which one of you fine chaps wants this workstation? Looks like it's you, sir. There you go. Have a smithing table. So you guys get the basic idea. It's a little on the tedious side, but we are just going to keep this up until all of our villagers have these 3 workstations. And hopefully here soon we start seeing iron golems spawning. And I don't know if I came back from from placing that and started recording in time. This thing's working. I just saw an iron golem spawn in the middle of it. You might get 1, maybe 2 spawning at a time, but it should be pretty consistent here. Let's check it some more. Getting cats left and right. Oop, have a leftover hopper. There's one. There we go. We see it. It is working. Yes, it is work. 2 of them at once. Yes. Whoa, this thing is going to be awesome. There's another one still going. Oh, I am so happy we have an iron farm that works here on Bedrock. Yes, this is awesome. It may not be 1,000 iron. There's another one. It may not be 1,000 iron ingots an hour like I've seen on Mumbo Jumbo's Iron Titan. There's 2 more in there. Oh, yes, this is awesome. Gone are the days of me running out of iron. And I guess I'll have an infinite amount of wool too. It'll take it a little bit for it to actually get through and have the 41 items in there needed. But here soon we will be churning out iron left and right. I think I am going to definitely go AFK at this thing overnight. That's why I have 2 double chests set up. I wanted to make sure I didn't overflow anything and break the system. But wow, this is awesome. I am so happy, so excited, and we have a villager trading hall to boot. So really not a big deal at all. Just come up here, I can trade with these guys, and I might replace this glass here in front of them with some kind of a bottom half slab or something of that nature so nothing can get to them. And there goes another cat. Goodbye, cat. This is awesome. 31 iron ingots in there already. Yes. Oh, I am so excited. Oh, there's another one. Okay. I guess sometimes there's a little... Oh, there's 2. Wow. I guess sometimes this is going to have to take a little break during certain times of day. Might be because it was midday. I don't know. That will do it. And with the sound and sight of iron golems in the background, I will sign off here. Thank you so much for bearing with me in this project. I know it's been a long one. I'm sure this episode is a little bit long, just like the gold farm was. But guys, it is definitely worth it. I am so excited here to have all of this. Please be sure to like and subscribe, and check out Prowl's video on this iron farm in case you have any other questions on the exact measurements. I hope I was as clear as I possibly could be. But thanks again so much, guys. Don't forget to like and subscribe, like I said, and I will check you in the next episode where I believe we're going to make a piglin bartering hall for the next episode. This is St. Isaac signing off. Bye.